Okay. So for VOD gamers, if I bother posting this VOD, we'll see. I've got a couple other videos that'll end up going up over the next couple days. But in short, I can't get on the test server today. I have to grind the event. I'm too far behind. Mostly with the stupid resource. So I thought that we would get in a quick Trove stream before I get to editing. And then, anyway. Hey, Boff. Hey, Hunter. Is everything looking okay, Boff, by the way? Just because I was running into issues on the Twitch side of things yesterday, I think I resolved it. I don't know exactly why it became a problem, but it seemed like it's good now. We know when crystal gems come out. Crystal gems are already out, my man. No, I know you mean the mystic gems. They're probably going to be at the end of this month, early September, if I had to guess. Right, dailies. Basically, the test server is going to be available for 2 weeks. So either the update's going to go live right after that, or give or take, it's going to be an hour a week. It looks good? Okay, thanks, Buff. Hey, Zach. Alright, let's get that out of the system. Hey, Grass. Also, yes, I'm doing good outside of just being a little bit tired. Oh boy, tomorrow's gonna be so fun, dude. Guess what I get to do tomorrow, guys? Stay up for like 24 hours. Oh God. Oh, great. I forgot to. Twitch wasn't the only thing I needed to fix. I needed to fix my stupid mods. Dang it. Hey, Kitsune. What up? Hey, Flash. Hey, Bobby. By the way, Bobby, just saying, like, I'll see if I can game tonight. Probably not. Kind of got my hands full with all the Trove stuff now. You know how it be. But yeah, the plan is, oh God. So it all kind of worked out, so I kind of have to take advantage of it. Basically, tomorrow I'm still going to be waking up at around the usual time, 1 p.m. or something, so that the wife can end up going to work. I can take care of baby Leon. And then I have to stay up all night as long as I possibly can into Monday. Just because the wife's got the day off on Monday, so I can stay up as long as I can, go to sleep, and then on Tuesday at 6 a.m. my time is going to be Gamescom. Now the wife is still going to be working during the entirety of Gamescom, but this way I should be able to, like, she's not going to be at work that early, so I should be able to do Gamescom stream reactions and stuff to the few of you that'll come out to it. Because I'm quite excited for the game event. Most of all, just please God, give me something, Nintendo. Is it 125 for you? No, not for me, bro. I'm in the real time zone. It's like 10. I predict that next month. It's an event for September on Trove. Huh? Well, either it's going to be this month or next month that the update goes live. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, Boff, but we got Mystic Gems and the block ability and stuff on the test server. Just a little FYI to you guys, by the way. I have not heard back from my guy to giving me the Mystic Gem resources, and it is the weekend, so he's probably out of the office. Kind of the worst possible timing. Doesn't mean that I can't still make my video overanalyzing and deep diving into the Mystic Gems, but to give myself an extra day the video you guys can expect tomorrow is going to be a summary of highlights from the stream that I did the other day. So anyone who watched the full VOD, I mean, there's not going to be anything new there, but for anyone that was like 2 hours, I'll have a short video talking about it all. Yeah, I think we're going to have some big bangers too, Bobby. Like, it was looking pretty stacked. Not necessarily Jeff Keighley's showcase, but there's a couple things like, I don't know if you saw my Gamescom video, I kind of mentioned some of them. And then after I was done recording, I was like, damn it, I forgot this, this, and this, and this. I'm pretty confident that we're going to have a Nintendo Direct soon because Sakurai, who's working on Kirby Air Riders, basically said, like, we're going to show you Air Riders real soon. Who knows what real soon means to him, but if the game's supposed to be releasing this year. Is there a new vlog coming? Yeah, I'm sorry it's been so delayed. I got a bit too busy with stuff, and then, oops, are my objectives all done? Oh, yes, they are. Okay. Yes. TLDR, yes. I got one more vlog that's going to follow the standard formula that we've had up to this point, and then from that point on, it's going to be shorter, more deliberate clips. But I'm trying to... I haven't had the time to finish up the last vlog. That's my night tonight, is just try to catch up on this event, and then get to editing. Just tons of editing, but of course Trove's my priority, so we'll see what time it is by the time I'm done. And then I gotta get back to messing around with my stupid AI tools. Which, oh lord. What a project. Oh my god. I'll have a video that I've talked about it before, but I'll have a video that's gonna kind of talk about it all. It is not going to be coming out anytime soon. Tested D15 on PTS and basically stuck when it comes to progression. I'm at 10k, 10.8k light, and bosses take 0 damage. Interesting. What do you think is, like, what can you do to resolve the light issue? Because I think... Wait, no, that means they changed it. Right? Or was it... No, it was always 12k light, wasn't it? Or was it 12k or 11k, or did they change it? I'm not exactly sure. Like, can you do D15 right now? What did I miss? I got 7 ads. Stupid Twitch. Why did I even fix my Twitch? Yeah, sorry, Boff. I hate the Twitch platform, dude. True, yeah. 11k to deal damage doesn't mean you're farming D15. Yeah. Why am I trying to do this dungeon? For funsies? Eh. My boss radar is not working. Can I create a new world? No. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna relog the game. Yeah. So it's 11k to deal damage, but yeah, as Zach said, basically 12k light in order to actually, like, handle it. So if you can, you say you don't do damage, follow someone around. I don't mind. Like, when the update goes live, I don't care if people just follow me around and leech. I'll get you guys gems. You just gotta pay me back. With like 1,000,000 flux each or something. Just kidding. You have sold items in the marketplace. Ah, yes. I can't wait to see what it is, because it's probably going to be the items that the market keeps saying, these aren't going to sell, and then they do. Money. Oh, well, not the trophies didn't sell, but these all these other things did. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Wait, which mod is this that's conflicting? Oh my god, I gotta reinstall Trove just so that these old mod residue isn't here anymore. Was it the Shadow UI stuff that I used to use? It's not the redesign. I hate redesign. Just a personal pet peeve of mine. This one isn't working for some reason. Why? Blocked by mods companion. Huh? Yeah, there's my proper loot collector. So why did the other Exodave one? What I thought. Weird. Hello, Joel, and thank you. He was saying positive words in game, but I'm too distracted. Oh, you're missing the Cosmic Dragon. Okay, yeah, that would do it. But that's what I'm saying, like, you can still follow people around. You don't need to have light, and you'll still get the drops, like the gem boxes. That's what I mean. Hey, chicken. Hey, Max. No, we're not on PTS tonight. Sorry, I have to grind the event. I'm too far behind. But we can talk about PTS stuff now that it's all public. 200 Souls of Depth is going to give me nightmares for the converter. Oh, yeah. Dude, they should lower that to 5 or 10. Pretty ridiculous. I don't know where they chose those arbitrary numbers, but I think they just got it out of a hat. And then added a couple extra zeros to it. I genuinely hope it's a placeholder. I don't think it is. I think, like, I was very adamant about this on stream. They're trying to make the update really geared towards, like, the very small percentage of players that can actually, like, do all of that stuff without realizing that the average player, that update is pretty worthless. Now, that said, I did kind of also summarize that you can kind of ignore most of that stuff. The big question that's up in the air right now, because I haven't heard back from my guy, because I'm sure he's gone for the weekend. The big question is, can you get those converters for qubits? Because if you can get them for qubits, then that is 100% the way to go. And I don't think anyone's going to be stupid enough to craft the converters, even endgame freaks. Because the biggest problem too is not only just a severe amount of resources, but also it's like two completely separate parts of the game, as per usual, where it's like, imagine grinding that realistically. It's like, oh, I have to grind like for quite a while in the depths just to get this. But then you also are still going to have to grind like a crap ton of gem dust. So it's like annoying. Should I craft the Cosmic Dragon? Yep. That would be the mandatory dragon, I think. It gives you the light, and it makes a big difference. And you're going to need as much light as you can get when the new update drops. Yeah, or there. I don't want to get in trouble. Now, okay, I'll say I cannot confirm this, but I have a suspicion about something else that I know is being worked on. Maybe it's gonna drop Souls of the Depths. Maybe. In which case, it would be an alternative from the Delves that would make a lot more sense, design-wise. But I can't say more. And again, I don't know. It might not actually have anything to do with it. Maybe the devs have just lost their mind. Yep, I know, Drennan. I calculated all of it. It's ridiculous. 6 mil of every gem dust type, and that's just for the Mystic Sparks for the converter. I know. It's nuts. Like, it's actually stupid. Cosmic Dragon is unfortunately more important than the other 3 dragons. Yes, because if you bother crafting the other 3 dragons, you might feel the power bump right now, but then when you finally get to the end game, light is all that really matters. So you're gonna regret it if you don't spend it on the Cosmic Dragon. No, there's just like I don't want to like lead you guys on or clickbait you or anything. It's just there's things that I've heard that are being discussed and I'm not allowed to talk about it, like genuinely, in terms of like possibly a new update this year. I mean, I don't even know. Like, it's most of all in the conception phase. But devs have been doing some shady dealings. So maybe, fingers crossed, that's what their plan is with the depths items. Yeah, I mean, you want to end up having all of the primordial dragons for sure, because it is going to end up being a big power boost in general. But again, the light, as you're already, that's what's literally blocking you from dealing damage in D15 right now, Kitsune, is the light. And what were you missing? The Cosmic Dragon. That's the thing. It makes a difference. It does. Because unfortunately, like, it's not, oh, I'm dealing very little damage. It's, oh, no, I don't have enough light to deal any damage. That's the difference. Okay, as much as I love these wings, I think it's time. There we go. Back to my beloved. Also, yeah, don't ask me why I'm in topside. I've just been in here because the 3-star dungeons that we get out of the 5 stars, that's all. Guys, cheap viewers on... Sorry, Twitch spam bot. Best thing coming in this update is the healing to Chloro. Yeah, Chloro's finally a medic. Totally. 2% more healing? Whoa. It's not like I have over 2 million health. Hey, Naxi. My crystal gems are maxed out completely, so that makes a decent difference. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, Erden. D15 for Geo topside. Oh, right. Yeah, there is no D15. I wonder why. No, we know they got D15 Geo Topside coming. I'm confused why it's not already here with the Mystic Gems, but I think you guys can piece together what I'm saying. Why am I looking for... I still love watching the real old videos, to be honest. I've been on a kick like that lately as well with the content creators that I watch. I'm just respawning, I don't care. Why isn't my loot collector working? This is frustrating me. Oh, because it didn't actually turn on, I see. Wow, a crystal 3, you guys, oh my god. Is a gunslinger buff noteworthy? Yeah, it is. I mean, gunslinger's already pretty dang strong right now anyways. I've heard people soloing D15 now on live server and doing pretty efficient times with the dungeons. Screw this dungeon. Jesus, Boff, why does Twitch keep spamming you with ads? What the hell? What about Mystic Rings and Torch? Yeah, they didn't talk about that, but we know it's coming. They did tease Mystic Rings in one of their community posts. They talked about it. They haven't said anything about torches yet. But if I had to guess, maybe we're getting new Leviathans. Maybe that's why Cosmic isn't there yet. I don't know. That'd be my personal theory, is that they're gonna actually give us like D15 bosses. Oh, and then maybe they could drop the depth items. Oh, that would be cool. Then it would be something that you could just continually farm as well. Oh. D15 bosses drop souls or trunks. Yeah, but I'm talking like if they ended up giving us Leviathans that are in D15, because we don't have the Cosmic D15 world yet on the test server, so that would be my guess. And if they made it so that the depth cores and all of the resources that were sitting there going PU when we look at the Mystic Gem upgrade items and junk like that, then at the very least, it would make a lot more sense, just as far as the grind is concerned. I hate Twitch as well, Boff. Don't worry, bro. Just migrate over to just come to the YouTube chat instead, bro. Then you won't get spammed with ads. In fact, YouTube has the opposite effect where it doesn't give you guys any ads ever. Both platforms suck. Imagine a Mystic Primordial Dragon. Yeah, right. Nah, we're not getting an Iron Primordial Dragon. Look how long the Cosmic Dragon already took, my man. It's not happening. On console, you can just buy Diamond Dragonite with Flux. Oh, right, because of the dupers. I guess that's true, actually, come to think of it. Will percentages change on gems that we use Mystic Converters on? No, that's the point of the converters. You're gonna keep, like, if your gem is completely maxed out, that's how they get you. That's why they, that's the trick. Because then it's like, oh, it's so much easier if I just end up upgrading my gems into Mystic, then I don't need to work on all the extra crap. A D15 Leviathan, dropping the torch needed to craft a Mystic one. Oh yeah, no, there will be Mystic torches for sure. That would be a huge bump up in PR. But I'm assuming a lot of that is probably like way down the pipeline. Like, as far as my understanding, at least in the dev stream, they said they talked about the block stat, underwhelming, and then they ended up talking about Mystic Gems, and then they said there was some other stuff that was too early for them to talk about. So I'm honestly surprised that the blocking and the gems are in the same update, but when you look at the blocking, it's like, oh, ew. Except I'm kind of an idiot. I don't know if you guys saw my patch notes video. I guess I should have read the patch notes. The block stat scales off of max health, health regen, and stability to the point where you can have over 1,000 block. That's more what I'm talking about. So if you would just spend like an insurmountable amount of qubits to get like 1,000 death defying, basically, I think that would actually work out. It would actually have a little bit more value, especially after we tested and found out that it does in fact block kills, or skills, I should say, that kill you through death defying. So maybe. And yep, baby Leon's doing good. He's very up and down because of his teething lately. Like sometimes he'll just, and then other times he's just cool as a cucumber. He's getting really close to crawling. I think he's just still building up the strength, and he also doesn't understand the mechanics yet. But he's getting there. Otherwise, days are just, they're very routine right now. In a good way. What? Oh, mystic rings and torches? No, I was just saying they're coming, like, at some point, but who knows when. Have you ever brainstormed a new class of your own? Yep. Too many times, honestly. It makes me sad because we've done that multiple times on stream where we start talking about different class ideas and stuff. I think I have videos dedicated to talking about my class ideas, actually. Like a werewolf, spider bowman, samurai, you know. There's lots of different classes that I'd love to see in this game. Big thing that I keep pushing is if they start making new classes, I don't want them to be humanoid anymore. Like, 2 arms, 2 legs. Too many bipedal classes, bro. Give me something more unique. Closest we got to that is Lancer. But like Dino Tamer, for example, why isn't he a dinosaur instead of human? I get it. Jurassic Park was, or Jurassic World was popular or whatever. Who knows? Yeah, I guess Lancer's kind of like a werewolf, but I'm talking more like a Van Helsing class that would end up using a crossbow or a shotgun. Kind of like Pirate Captain, but it would transform. Maybe it'd be more like Vanguard where you could just swap between it, and then it would be a ranged / melee class. I think that would be cool. But who knows? They fixed Boomer's blast bow ring, I'm pretty sure. When I was on PTS, I did a quick test, and the VFX were proccing every single arrow. Boomerang remains win again. Yeah, I think there was a bit of a misconception on that because Boomer's damage didn't get nerfed. It was just the VFX that didn't show up. I forget if I ended up talking. I don't think I... No, I did talk about it in a video. But yeah, if you're talking about the VFX being fixed, okay, cool. Now fix Shadowhunter and make him stronger. Why am I going to these 5 stars? Oh, hey, great. I finished Claire Obscura. Oh, okay. The ending hurt. It was amazingly done, but just pain. Definitely a game of the year, unless Silksong comes out. Jesus. That game's everyone's game of the year. I couldn't get into it, dude. When does the game get good? Or did you already like think it was really good immediately and it's just a matter of taste? Because I tried, man. I tried so hard to get, so can't say more. What is this, Jeff's show where I'm gonna demonetize? Unboxing. Next unboxing Trove video win. Probably never, because the mod is like so fast at unboxing, there's no point. I don't know. I can do unboxing on stream, I guess, but... Oh! No, the, yeah, what was it? I don't know the full details of what was going on with Boomer, but I remember like analyzing it with a buddy of mine, because I know there was that YouTuber that covered it and talked about it. But as far as my understanding, I might be mistaken, it was just a VFX that wasn't showing up, but the damage was still the same. I don't fully remember, but I know that I talked about it in a video, or maybe it was weaker. I don't think so, though. It was, I don't know. Maybe it was something with Bach Bomb. I don't remember. Dad brain. Either way, you're saying it's fixed, so okay, cool. I might be dead wrong. I really don't remember. No, I know the guy did analyzed it and stuff, but I remember like talking about it at one point. Oh, that's right. No, I'm stupid. I didn't make a dedicated video. I actually reacted to it on stream, and that's where I pieced together like what the solution was. In which case, I will never find that video clip ever again. So, joke's on me. Or no, you know what? Maybe I'm crazy. Let me see. Now you got me questioning it. No, yeah. Oh, I talked about it in my Gunslinger is viable now, and then Boomerang or Nerf. So, yeah. Again, I don't remember, dude. You might be absolutely right. Maybe I'm having crossed wires, and maybe he was broken and weak. And I just forgot that I talked about it that way. I don't remember. And frankly speaking, I don't care. Anyway. Prologue of the story immediately hooked me, and by the time you got the first 3 characters unlocked, the gameplay makes it even better. Okay. So then it's a matter of preference, because I was extremely bored at the intro of the game. I will say, in my limited experience with Obscura, I found the music to be hitting above its weight. And the acting was pretty good, especially considering it's Unreal Engine, so it's kind of blah. But, I don't know. You think every class needs a dodge speed boost? No, I think most classes would benefit from having some sort of speed buff, but the thing is, with how Trove is right now, the variety of the classes is kind of nice, where some classes are good at delves, some classes are good against bosses, some classes are good for speed farming specifically. You know what? I'm out of here. I need to find cornerstones. But yeah, you might be right, Holland. I really don't remember. I'd have to watch my video again talking about it. Or the DiGiorno guy. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Did I even timestamp this video? Of course I didn't. Bleh. Anyway, Boomer fixed, lol. Cool. One enemy that transforms into a T-Rex? Wait, which enemy? What are you talking about? Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have slime brain, okay? I don't remember anyone's names. It's nothing personal. Boff. I got 4 ads on Twitch. Just get off of the Twitch thing, man. Just leave Twitch in the background so that I get the ad revenue, okay? I Henceforth, though, John Nario, I'm gonna call you DiGiorno. But yeah, so I'm completely spacing. I completely forget like what happened with the boomer stuff. Someone was saying in chat they tested it on the test server and it seemed to have been resolved. I honestly don't remember. It was something to do with Bach Bomb. What do we need here? Tentacle track? Sure, whatever. Don't care. Glad you still play this. I've known you for many years. How long has it been since you... What? Oh, since I changed from Scythe Plays? I mean, Scythe is still my real life name. That's why I changed my persona title or whatever. That was a few years ago now. Which arguably might have been a mistake as far as the YouTube algorithm is concerned, but... Too late now. Wish I could still contact YouTube and tell them, hey, can I get a play button that has like my proper name? Except who am I kidding? They'd probably charge me money. But yeah, moving back to what you were saying, Obe. I am expecting Expedition to win Game of the Year. Even though I didn't like it, but, you know, to each their own. Just no matter what, I keep hearing good things about it. I think that if it had, well, I was gonna say if it had better gameplay. I just don't like JRPGs. I used to like them. I was very surprised how much I hated it. But anyway. Class buffs were pretty weak. No, some of the class buffs are actually really good with the PTS. I do wish certain classes weren't ignored. Yeah, Hulu or Hulin. John's actually in chat right now anyway, so I just told him what you said. Still nerf from its original capabilities. Oh, okay. 2022 staff indefinitely, so you could one-shot a stack of 20 penny. Oh, right. Now I'm remembering. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it didn't necessarily nerf the damage. It was that it didn't deal the same amount of damage to like a large group, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Because I remember there was some confusion within the community saying like, oh, Boomer's weak. And it was like, no, he's not. Yeah, I did. Sorry, to clarify, John, I did end up doing like live on stream. I watched like your video or whatever, and I unfortunately didn't think to make it into a clip. That's why we're, you know, all this came up in the first place. So, but that was pretty crazy that you figured that out. It's like if they made a microscopic change to my boy Shadowhunter, I would know. You know, like his lack of damage. Please, God. I just want to main Shadowhunter. But after that new update, I'm not going to be able to anymore. Pain. Get out of my way. Anyway, What do you think about the Revenant class? Revenant's really good. I personally don't find his gameplay to be too entertaining, and he doesn't have a very good roll effect, but just because he stops on a dime. Which I find funny that the devs acknowledge the one that the Knight does, but they don't acknowledge anything to do with the Rev. Which was weird. But yeah, you can main Rev, if that's what you're asking. Ah! I made an edit of you on YouTube. What? I don't even know what that means. But sure, throw me the DM. That Shadowhunter was still one of the best classes. What happened? No, his damage doesn't scale well enough. So unfortunately, when the new update drops, I'm gonna have to swap classes out of necessity so that I can more efficiently farm Mystic Gems. Now, granted, his ult still does quite a bit of his damage, like when it comes to boss killing and stuff. But I don't know if you guys play Shadowhunter. His ult is so scuffed, it barely ever works, and I hate it. I don't know how come they can't just fix it and make it better. Because you'll just cast, oh, look, right there. I just cast it, and look, I'm on cooldown, and it didn't shoot it. It shot like one arrow. Stupid game, dude. They should swap his ult to be his right click, and then they should make it so that the Seekers are his ult and deals, like, swap the damage around or something. Just because then at least the ability would work. Yep, I'm basically gonna be Boomer. That's what I'm gonna be stuck as Kitsune. And then hopefully once I get enough Mystic Gems, I can end up being like swapping back to Shadowhunter, even if he's not gonna be like efficient or as efficient. At the very least, if I can just solo it, okay, cool. As soon as they end up throwing me all of the Mystic Gem stuff on the test server, I'm excited to actually like try out all the classes and see them all in D15. Probably would end up doing like maybe one longer video like talking about it all, if not just very short clips of each of them or a class review type of thing. Just since it's on the test server, it's not finalized. Because then I could potentially end up doing like full power rank update videos once I actually get a full set of Mystic Gems on the live server. Or I could just, you know, maybe I could just make 18 different videos. Because that sure wouldn't get overwhelming like every other time I do class guides. Which magic class is the most fun to you? Probably Fey Trickster, right? Just kidding, I hate Fey. Probably Tomb Raiser or Draco. Not necessarily for speed farming, but for speed farming it would probably be like, I don't know, Dino Tamer, I guess. No, Tomb Raiser can still do Mystic because Tomb Raiser's invincible. And your minions get a little bit of a buff. Tomb Raiser just takes a little bit longer to ramp up its damage, but Tomb Raiser's strong even now. Swap to the Knight for the new update? Ah, yes, because it's gonna be just as efficient as the Boomer, right? Yeah. I could, just for fun. I have a basic idea. Make it so that all marked enemies from the Shadow Hunter passive take a portion of damage you're dealing. Well, they do take extra damage when they're shadow marked. Maybe there should be a ring effect that makes all enemies in the vicinity get shadow marked or something. I don't know. Hey Zach, will you main after the update? I'm gonna have to swap off Shadow Hunter for sure. Unfortunately. But I don't know who I'm gonna main yet. Probably Boomer, just because I can literally swap my entire kit to him and just be better. That's the problem, man, is it just reminds me of back in the day where I like swapped to Neon Ninja out of necessity. It's disappointing because like Shadowhunters gain left behind again, and it's like devs. Because in their mind, I know what they're thinking. They're like, Shadowhunter's real popular. So he must be popular because he's powerful. So we gotta make it so that all the other classes can keep up. When it's like, no, he's popular because yours truly mains him. And because he's a lot of fun. Like sorry, it's very frustrating because I can't believe that we're already like, we're getting into the next update and Shadowhunters are already becoming irrelevant in terms of like late game damage. It's just, I cry. No, okay, so to clarify, because I'm sorry, there's a little bit of confusion here. Shadowhunter didn't get any worse. It's just that D15 is already kind of a struggle with Shadowhunter, and when the Mystic Gems come out, you have to grind like hundreds of dungeons in order to basically grind Mystic Gems, the same as you grind any gem. But the point is that that time that it takes for Shadowhunter to kill things is going to add up exponentially. And so it's just more efficient to swap to a stronger class. Because unfortunately, I guess to clarify, it's not that Shadowhunter necessarily needs a buff. Shadowhunter is just a jack of all trades. It's just that D15 basically counts as fighting bosses, and Shadowhunter's not very good at boss killing. Because the enemies are just so ridiculously tanky there. That's the biggest problem. And that's why it's like, all right, I guess I'll have to swap off of them. A lot of classes are irrelevant now. Draco buff made it 0 point to playing Tomb Raiser. No, I still think you can play Tomb Raiser out of preference. Because Tomb Raiser's been stronger than... He's been stronger than Draco for a while now, I think. Unless I'm... maybe that's old brain. Like, they at least still have different gameplay styles, and Tomb Raiser is still fine. Tomb Raiser just takes a lot longer to ramp up versus Draco. And even then, let's be real, that buff to his basic attack is... It's good, and it adds up for sure, but the big buff is to his ult damage. Even though it was a much smaller number. If I had a full, like, good magic set, I'd main Draco again. That would take me back. Because that's the class that I used to main back when U6 was the highest difficulty. He was always my favorite. You guys remember the Dragon Kigurumi costume I made? That never got accepted into the game, despite the fact that I'm very proud of that mod. Yep, Draco's definitely, like, I'm not trying to undermine. Draco is very, very good after the update. Wait, what this guy whisper me? Oh, what the heck is it called? Yeah. Sorry, my brain is like so slow right now. I needed like so much focus just to tell that guy. So instead of movement speed being king for so long for farming, now you're more switching to DPS for farming. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So it's not that Shadowhunter needs a buff, it just kind of confuses me because when I see the other classes getting attention and it's like they didn't necessarily need the buff, I'll welcome it. But it makes me think, then why aren't they just tweaking every class a little bit, you know? That's my thought process. That's why I get frustrated, because it's like, meh. My class, meh. I don't want to have to swap off Shadowhunter for efficiency's sake. Meh. How do I get meteorite ore? Don't worry, my man. I have a video specifically talking about meteorite ore. It's like 2 seconds long. In short, Jurassic has 2 types of biomes that can generate. One that has a huge canopy of trees. Meteorites on the top of those trees. You're welcome. I know the game doesn't tell you it. But no, the overhauled tutorial. Oh. Boom. Switch to Rev and Draco as my new main classes. I've been having a lot of fun, honestly. Oh, yeah, I could do a wonky class like Revenant. I don't have a good spear though. Like my main issue, dude, I want to say this right now, just before I go on to this rant. One thing that I've always desperately wanted in this game, in terms of like maybe a special parkour challenge or something, like thinking about like Donkey Kong Bonanza, where you get warped into a challenge zone. Give me something like that where I just go into an event portal that opens up randomly, and then there's like a string of bosses like up there, over there, and there, and like I shoot him and all of the bosses have the ability where they pull you to them. That would be so freaking cool. Or have a class that does that, where like you shoot them through a wall or whatever and it just, boom, like you teleport to them. That'd be like the speed farming masterclass. That'd be so fun. Give me like a proper sniper class. Shoots portals, I don't know. Anyways, The main reason why I'm sitting here thinking that I'll end up playing Boomer is because of my bow. Like, that's, you know. But in terms of, like, for fun, yeah, I might need to actually put some more serious thought into which class I want to try maining. I might experiment, but those Revenant buffs looked really nice. But again, I don't think that I have a good spear, do I? Oh, I do have a C5 spear. Huh. Ugh, I never re-rolled its stats? Gross. Okay. Well, that's something to consider, I guess. Anyways. So Tomb Raider's better for farming now than before the update because he takes so long to ramp up, but has good DPS. Yeah, Tomb Raider's already strong. When the update hits, his minions will have more health, which should give them more uptime, which means that you should be able to get to his maximum DPS capacity faster. As far as their survivability, I mean, I don't know. What time will loot day be? Loot day? Oh, where's my phone? I don't have my phone. It is 11 in the PM for me. So 12, like 5 hours, roughly. A little less than 5 hours is daily reset. Why does no one ever talk about Bard? Bard's a weird class that certain people enjoy and other people don't like it. Like, I appreciate that Bard is in this game, but I don't like it. his playstyle is just so weird, and you gotta constantly like manage all the songs and crap. But I know Bard mains that really enjoy it. It's just, again, like I think it's one of those classes where you either vibe with it or you don't. There's not like an in-between like other characters where it's like, oh yeah, I could main that. Bard is just like, nah. I don't like Bard. He's also like more so, I hate to say he's more of a support because let's be real, Trove doesn't have support. But his Bard songs really help out a group more so than like when you're soloing with him, he doesn't really keep up. Like, I wish that there was a thing where maybe if there was no other players nearby or something. What? Maybe, maybe you would get a stronger buff if it was a solo buff. I don't know. Just so that, like, while you're playing alone. I know that that would kind of break the game because then people would figure out a way to stay away from each other's buffs, but... I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you can still just main whatever class that you want anyway. I could just continue maining Shadowhunter, but my efficiency brain would not allow it because it's just going to be such a slog if I try to grind Mystic Gems on my Shadowhunter. So instead, I would rather just swap to something that's more consistently powerful, grind the Mystic Gems that way, then eventually swap back to Shadowhunter once I have them strong or maxed out. Now, granted, we might get pretty, we might end up being pretty fortunate early on, just because the, like, depending on the cost of the gem converters, I might be able to just get all my gems to Mystic Day 1. Really depends on their cost. I can't emphasize enough just how expensive things are in Trove for me, because my Canadian dollar sucks. So... we'll see. If it costs qubits, that'll at least help me, but we don't know yet. Yep, they're already adding the Mystic Gem tier. It's on the test server right now. I have no idea how they messed up the Vac-O-Matic. They mentioned that they're going to fix it. It's still broken on the test server, but before that update goes live, they're going to have the Vac-O-Matic fixed. So don't worry. Chronomancer should have a larger area of effect heal to make the healing feature useful. Or, here's a thought, his healing scales off of his health. Or it provides like a shield to other players or something. Because the problem is it doesn't matter how much health you end up actually having or whether or not somebody's healing you. Because we already have Life Leech now in the first place. And on top of it, enemies hit you so freaking hard at the end game areas, it doesn't matter. What I would need is a Chloro to maybe rather than... oh, that would be a cool mechanic, but that would be way too complex for the game. Maybe instead of the Chloromancer healing, what it could do is if there was a plant nearby, let's just say hypothetically, a plant could be nearby that vines to the nearest player or something, or maybe it appropriately like puts down enough vines to connect to all of the players nearby, something like that, and make it so that the plant soaks up the damage before the player does. Or maybe even like a vine armor goes over the player, similar to the block stat, where it can protect you from a couple hits or something like that. Kind of how the knight has his ability where, you know, he, where his ult technically makes him take more of the damage, but it doesn't matter because this game's not that complicated. And let's be real, this game's not that slow paced. It's too fast for abilities like that to actually work properly. Overhealth, that would be really good. Yeah, that would be a much better than a heal for Chloro. But again, it would have to be like such a ridiculous amount of overhealth. Like I would, in my own like head canon, it would have to be overhealth that enemies can't one shot. So maybe like how pinatas can only take 1 damage per tick. But I guess again that's kind of what the block stat already is. So damage reduction in an area. Yeah, I don't know, something. Just returned. No, they remove regeminators and all that broken gems and crap. Yes. Thank God. So you can just swap your gems anytime you want. Off topic, how many hours do you have in this game? I don't know. As far as the playtime stat, it says I'm around like maybe no, I think it says that I'm around like 4,000 hours or something like that. But that stat was only tracked after the update that implemented it, and I'd already played Trove for a few years prior to that. So if I had to guess, ballpark is 8 to 10k hours, somewhere around there. I wish I could tell, but I don't play this on Steam, unfortunately. I've always played it through Glyph, and I don't think there's a way to check that stat through the Glyph launcher. I should ask the devs though. I wonder if there's a way that they could track that. Probably not, honestly. Damage reduction in an area. Yeah, I think that could work too. If I didn't already say that, I might have 2 seconds ago, or I read it and didn't say it aloud. Yep, I got a Valve Index. I'm probably never gonna get a new VR headset because VR has slowly moved towards the PSVR, like console exclusive ones, and honestly, almost all console VR games are garbage. Sorry, it's true. They're just linear, like, oh, my eyes, I'm in the video game, rather than actually being fun and engaging. My hands. Unless you take a great game like Resident Evil Village that gets an incredible VR port. Have you played VR chat? Yep, I got a couple VR chat videos. Only a couple though, because unfortunately it's not the type of game, like it's not easy to record. And I most definitely can't stream it. Which is too bad, because I always had a lot of fun in that game with friends. Not anymore though, I don't care. I'm too busy. I'm still waiting for another good VR game to actually come out and invest my time into. Remember that Alien VR game that came out and sucked? The Resurgence one? I saw like an ad where they're like, oh, the Alien VR is coming to PlayStation, and I wanted to just tell people like, stay away. But no. No, I don't got a full body tracker. Too expensive for my blood. You brought me to this game back in the day. Now I saw a video pop up and got back. You said the rubber banding is gone. Feels so much better now. Even hit 30k BR today. Nice, man. Grats. GG on the 30k. Yeah, glad you're back. This should class that debuffs enemies by lowering their darkness. Yes, I agree. How about a poison class where when you tag an enemy with poison, it lowers their armor stat, or their darkness stat in this case. And then it could truly become like a full meta character, because you would always have to have one in a group. I still really want like a witch doctor, and he throws potions, and then that could be what he does. No, not Solarian with extra steps. Like you'd throw down a potion and then it would like put down a little poison puddle or something like that. And then so long as the enemy like gets tagged by it, you know, similar code to the Neon Ninja or Dino Tamer, I mean. But if it ended up actually lowering the enemy's armor, that could potentially end up being really big for the game. Makes me think when back when I was playing Genshin and how Raiden would have the minus 40% armor on enemy buff or whatever when you would tag an enemy with her ult, which was huge, and I never got her out of my party since then. A shaman could be kind of cool, but I'm thinking more like Like a plague doctor, you know, where he's got like the big snout, like the bird mask. There's so many different class ideas that would totally work in this game, dude. But nope. Next class is probably gonna be I don't know, some like commuter. That'll be the next class. Where he's gonna just use like forks as weapons and just be like really sad. Next class is just John. Yeah. Spoilers. My Lunar Lancer already uses a fork? Exactly. Kind of a joke because the initial leak back in the day was that it was going to end up being a Lance class, but then on the dev stream they basically said, yeah, we don't actually have a new class worked yet. So, or well, it wasn't the dev stream, it was the community letter, but it just was like, oh, okay, they don't have a new class, probably even a concept for one. Lame. I still wish that they would focus on just adding new classes, like one new class a year at least. I know that there's definitely the problem of, you know, we're already complaining about balancing becoming like an issue, but a lot of that's just got to do with the poor design that they put into the enemies, or the lack of thought that they put into the enemies and the end game. But if we were constantly getting new classes, like the next new shiny class, then it wouldn't matter as much because, you know, they could just slowly power creep them. Who cares? The problem is at this point, the next class has taken so long to add that it's just not... I'm gonna be real, Solarian is so uninspired, dude. I'm not saying that I dislike him, but... Oh, a fire character that actually does damage over time? That's cool. How about you give him a flamethrower? Oh, wait, this class already had that. Let's just make him the Shadowhunter's big brother. Wow. I'm not saying it's like a bad class, just that it's really uninspired. Samurai class will be working Forbidden Spires. I just want a samurai class in general, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true. Solarian was supposed to go with this biome, which I don't think it did that very well at all. An Ani samurai that drains darkness. Dude, my pipe dream class is a samurai. Oops. That can swap between multiple stances, like Ghost of Tsushima, one for each purpose. So one would be for DPS, one would be for speed, one would be for survivability. But maybe to make it less complicated and convoluted, I don't know, maybe it's number one ability, he could throw a knife, you know, a tanto or something, and if it stabs into the enemy, it lowers the armor of that enemy, or makes you deal more armor penetration or something. Just keep it single target, make it so its class gem makes it an AoE where he throws it into the ground instead. I don't know, that's just off the cuff as well, not even like any thought towards it, but that would be so freaking cool, but nope. I want a Spartan class. I mean, we kind of already got one, the Revenant. If there's one thing that I would love them to do, I know they never would, I'd love to have a real knight, like a paladin or something, like a dude with a cape. I'd love it if they overhauled the knight, like stylistically, just completely changed the class. But I would more so they would have a new class. Thank you very much. Hey, Magic. I fixed this stupid Twitch, by the way. Is it true that just converting gems from Crystal to Mystic doesn't increase the stats? Yes, it doesn't do anything. Because the main reason for the Mystic Gems is the extra levels that you can get out of them. Well, I say that, but I don't have the gem converters yet, so I can't 100% confirm that. But I'm assuming that fell down the grapevine of another content creator that must have gotten it. I think. Then you make a Geo class with black hole abilities. Oh, like a Cthulhu guy, where he utilizes like the tentacles and junk. Yeah, maybe then we could actually get the furry community in Trove. That was a pretty off joke, but... It increases stats, just not PR. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say with 100% certainty, because I don't have it yet and I didn't experiment it with myself. It's just something that I've been hearing as a narrative, but thanks for clarifying. So you do get a stat buff, just not a PR buff to the gems. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, if my content creator guy wasn't out for the weekend like a normal person, then I would have all the items on the test server. And then I could have got all that info myself. Because that's what I hate about like all this word of mouth crap, is then I hear it from you guys and it's like, okay, something's wrong. Something got lost in translation, you know? That's why I do all my testing myself. And if it's something that gets brought up enough, then usually I'll look into it. Like if it's something that some other content creator said or something. Not that I search for any of that crap. It's just, it'll sometimes be like someone will say like, oh, look at this. Is this guy right? And it's like, huh? About what? Like the boomer thing with DiGiorno. Anyway, let's see how many of these stupid things that we got, actually. I didn't realize we were over an hour, so maybe we'll wrap up, because I got a lot of editing to catch up on. Whee! Oops. Not an awful amount. I've only been going up to like maybe 150. And not every day. I have not been able to get this every day. It requires way too much effort out of me. I'm too busy. And now I have the test server, so thank you, devs. You don't have an hour to play Yes, I don't have an hour. With baby and all my editing and stuff that I'm trying to catch up on? That was a pretty decent chunk, though. And look, I'm still only at 7. Huh, cool. Okay, what am I missing? This stupid ally, and I think just this stupid ally, and then that's it. I guess I should get this one, because Canada. But I think I'm going to save these. Oh god, they expire soon. Alright. I have to get my national animal. That's actually not that bad. That's not awful. Oh god, why is he so tiny? Ew! That's not the size of a beaver? Ugh. That's a squirrel! They did me dirty. They did Canada dirty. Now I'm mad. No, it could have been a moose, a beaver, either way. On our actual flags for 2026, this is no joke. The politicians changed it. The Canadian flag is going to be moving from a maple leaf to a beaver riding on a moose. And people already had like, people started drawing like machine guns on it and stuff. Yeah, I'm almost done anyway. Hi, Budge. Anyway, thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you had fun. I gotta edit stuff. Oh, right. You know that the stream didn't freeze because you can